What's going on, everyone? Welcome, Rabid here. And GPU mining for the past 4 years pretty much has been pretty darn rough. There has been like next to no profit on a GPU. And I don't even have any GPU set up in my little garage right now. And that sucks. But I went through a video there a few weeks back, maybe it's been a month now, of the top platforms that GPUs can make money on. And it's not really crypto mining at all, but there's still profit in GPUs. And today, we're going to take a look at one of those. And the platform we are taking a look at today is Salad. Now, a lot of you guys may have heard about this already. Maybe you're new and you haven't, but this is indeed being profitable on GPU. So fastest way to earn. So a few things you got to know about this is this runs on Windows 10 or Windows 11. There's no Linux or Hive OS or anything for this. You're going to need at least an NVIDIA GPU of 3060 or later, paired with 4-core or higher CPU. You also need at least 12 gigabytes of RAM. So I do think the requirements are actually 32 gigabytes if you really want to get the most profitable stuff, and about 500 gigabytes of storage. We're going to look at the new demand lists and stuff that they have implemented. This stuff wasn't here before when I did a previous video on this few months back here. So a few things have changed here, but overall we are still profitable using Salad as a platform. So if you do want to try this out for yourself, there will be a link down in the description here. So coming in just to look at my Salad right now, we can see that I currently have a balance of about $57. That is in USD. The last 24 hours is about $3.82. And we can see we're doing about 16.8 cents to 37.3 cents per hour. So that's estimating the next hour here. So we might get a big jump here. So it's been on for about 20 hours or so. If we come into my machines here, last seen, it says 14 minutes ago. I'm just going to hit the refresh button because it's kind of been, stalling out there. So now we can see last seen 7 seconds ago. And here we can see, so it's 2 p.m. right now at the time of recording. It's 10:29 a.m. So about 20 hours, maybe 20 and a half hours for a full 24 hours. And we're sitting at about, where it did say here, where we at here, past 24 hours, where we at, last 30 days, last 24, so $3.83, which is pretty good compared to standard crypto GPU mining. If we come into hashrate.no, we can see revenue before power costs. That is over double of what a 5090 is doing on Qubit. Remember, this is not Cubic, this is Qubit with a T at the end, QTC. So it's a totally different coin other than Cubic here. And it's the top coin for a little while now, but we can see it's only making $1.41 on a 5090. If we actually look at a 4090, which is what I'm using right now, where it's only 78 cents revenue. So we're like almost 4 times the profit on this using Salad over traditional crypto mining, which means, crypto doesn't really have the money like it used to when Ethereum was around. So we have to use other platforms. It's not necessarily crypto related to keep them profits up, but there are profits out there. All right, so here is their new Salad network monitor here. So it's their demand meter to see exactly what, is in demand right now. We can see there's a moderate demand for the RTX 4090, which is what I have in my workstation that I've been turning on here. Now here we can see the recommended specs, where earlier they were a lot less than what this is saying. This is where I was recommending 32 gigabytes of RAM and 500 gigabytes of storage. So there is a moderate demand. It looks like everything else is low right now. A couple days ago, maybe it was a week ago now, there was a high demand for 3070s. So it's a good thing to keep an eye on this. You can see where the demands are, and then you can go like mine some crypto or use some other platform. And then as soon as you see a demand pick up here, quickly come back and swap everything over. But remember, this does require Windows in order to utilize. All right, so as for getting payouts and stuff, we can see we earn a Salad balance. Right now I'm at $57.89 USD. And then you just come into their store here and they have different ways to go about it. You can search platforms, Steam, Amazon, Xbox, Google Play, Minecraft stuff, straight cash versions, MasterCard, Visa, Venmo, PayPal, prepaid MasterCards, Visas, and so on. Or you can give donations, gaming gift cards, and other stuff. Or you can just come in here and scroll down through them all. So you can get payouts. You just convert your funds into PayPal dollars here, or, you know, into game stuff, or, you know, here we have Venmo, and here's the Visa cards and stuff. So there's all sorts of ways. You got Roblox here. You can get some Robux and stuff, or gift cards, I guess. Not straight Robux, but I guess the gift cards do give it to you once they redeem them. So Amazon, like all sorts of different ways that you can get paid, and you can choose what you want most, whether it's PayPal or you want to order something on Amazon. So you can just mine away, stock up on your own salad rewards, and then redeem it for any one of these at any time. All right, so in order to get started, it is pretty simple here. You can log in and, you know, set up your email account and everything to there. Download the software. Remember, Windows 10, Windows 11, you need a Windows platform for this. And again, I would recommend, you know, 32 gigabytes of RAM, 500 gigabytes of storage, and at least a 4-core higher CPU. Download that program and install it. Once you do get it done, you come into here and you simply log in. Now you have a couple options here: chop now, pause until idle. So if you're using your computer, it'll pause everything. Then once you shut down all your screens or windows or whatever, it'll begin chopping some salad again. Pause until a set time, so you can set a time when you actually want it to do it. Like say you go to bed at 8 every night or 9 or something, it'll just automatically kick in at nighttime or something while you're sleeping. Or you can pause indefinitely, and that's pretty much will stop it like so, and then it won't start chopping again until you hit chop now. So that'll kick that in. Now performance, there's a few things you want to go through here. You can see how much your system is utilized and everything, but configure hardware. These are a few things you want to go through. CPU usage, yes, you want to turn this on. GPU usage, yes, you want to turn this on as well. You want to use both of these. Here is your maximum storage use. You can adjust this. I'm only set to 150, but you can go up to 500 gigabytes for you know, more space and possibly get better high paying jobs. Elevated permissions, you want to enable this. Click on it to disable. Allow elevated, so you want to make sure you are allowing. Let's sell it. Automatically select the best performance workload. So that pretty much picks everything so that you can stay in the highest profitability. Now in the advanced options here, you can schedule chopping enable, so you can go through and set times and dates of the week and everything that you want it to do its thing. I just leave it off and let it go all the time. Here is auto stop. So you want to disable this. I just, you know, when I want to chop, I want to chop. I run it from the actual screen where I say salad is chopping. I don't let this disable anything happen. Now, crypto mining, disable this. If it doesn't have a job, it'll automatically start crypto mining. But crypto mining will start burning a lot of power because you don't want to adjust any clocks or anything on your GPU because it'll hinder the workloads that you get. So when it comes to crypto mining, we do, you know, drop voltages and clocks and stuff and lock memory, and that'll hurt you in salad. So if you get a job, it might, you know, flag you for being bad or something because you have hindered your GPU. So you don't want that. So I just disable crypto mine. If I want to mine crypto, I'll go find a coin and just mine itself. I won't do it through salad because it'll burn too much power. You hardly make anything anyway. We just want straight salad jobs here. So I disable that. And that's pretty much what I use for settings. All right, guys, so there we have it. Salad mining is actually a decent amount more profitable than standard crypto GPU mining, which about 2 to 4 times more profitable. So that's pretty awesome there. So remember, keep an eye on that demand thing. You know, I think I might have to slap, you know, some GPUs into these rigs here, maybe some of the other ones, convert them over to see, you know, and make a little more money here in the current markets and stuff. And then, you know, you can just sell that to PayPal, whatever, swap it into some coin that you want and go from there. You know, it takes a little more work, but you are earning, like I said, 2 to 4 times more by doing something like that. So that's a very interesting concept out there. Again, link down in the description if you want to try sell it out for yourself, and let me know if you already have tried it in the past. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Rabid out.